was no doubt the mysterious warrior was a Sith.
Always two there are. No more, no less. A master and an apprentice.
But which was destroyed? The master or the apprentice?
All right, what's up? Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay, good. You heard like the music and everything, right?
Oh yeah, I heard it. Saw it. Everything. It was awesome.
Okay, good. All right, first intro video. What do you think about the intro video? It's kind of cheesy, right?
I thought it was awesome.
I think it's
Cheesy
awesome.
was awesome.
You could tell I cooked it up in like 30 minutes. I want to
Yeah.
make a one. Today's been okay. So this whole week for me has been kind of wild.
Mhm.
Anyway, we'll talk about it later. But for now, we're talking about cremation. Is cremation Catholic? And I'm just spoiler alert. No, historically speaking, cremation is not Catholic. But the Catholic Church has also changed its stance on cremation over the years. And we're going to look at the history of cremation, and we're going to study exactly why it was so condemned throughout the church's history, and then particularly why is it allowed now? You know, why the change? That's what we're going to look at. I'm a little nervous about this video, Josh, because like cremation is kind of a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's kind of
that definitely is,
sensitive.
because I mean, a lot more people are choosing cremation nowadays for whatever reason, but so
I
it's
think
really
it's-
easy to offend a lot of people.
I think it's over 50% of people choose cremation now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's 51%. It broke 50% in the last year. I need to check my source on that. I didn't, but I'm pretty sure it's already broke 50% by now.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, you know, in our families and stuff, choose cremation, and I'm not like judging it. I mean, I'm just saying the simple fact of the matter is, historically speaking, cremation is just not historically present in the church.
Yeah.
But we can go all the way back to the Jewish days. I was just reading the Bible this morning. I was reading the book of Tobit, and it stressed that yo, what's up, Tedward? Teddy in the house.
Oh, we got him on?
Well, he's in the comments. If he
Okay.
wants to come on, I could send him the link.
Okay.
Teddy, let me know if you want to come on and like join us and stuff. We'll actually send you the link. We can talk about cremation. But anyway, so it started like in the Jewish days, like in the book of Tobit. Tobit literally buries the bodies of the dead, and he's like, I don't know. It really stresses the burial of the dead in the book of Tobit, and then the whole of Israel history. That's all they do is they bury the dead. There was no cremation whatsoever. Cremation
Right.
was part of pagan societies, but at that time, like every pagan was cremating their people, and that's something that all the pagans had in common. Hold on, I'm gonna text Teddy the link real quick.
But yeah, that's why the early church condemned this so hard. They basically said it was a pagan practice. So obviously they didn't want the Catholic Church to participate in that. So that's one of the main reasons the early church was so hard on it back in the day. Just because cremation was a pagan practice.
Yeah. That's where it has its origins. I mean, nobody else cremated at that time. The Jews were the only ones basically that didn't cremate God's chosen people. They were the only ones
Right.
that didn't cremate their people, you know. And all right, Tedward, I sent you the link on your phone. I don't know if you want to open it on your phone or on your computer. I don't know if you have a webcam or not. But yeah, so like you fast forward to Christianity. I mean, you have the Roman Empire. Everybody's cremating everybody, right? Romans cremated each other. The Greeks did cremation. And the Catholics never did. You see in the catacombs in the early church history, they were buried where their bodies were wrapped and placed in a tomb. It's the whole catacomb. So like at the fall of the Roman Empire, by the year like maybe 300 or, you know, post the Roman Empire, cremation literally ceased. And so by the time the rise of like, you know, the post persecution church, I would say, cremation is totally extinct. Nobody ever had a reason to cremate anyone. It's always just, by that point, it was tradition. You know, you bury the dead alive and whole, not alive, but you bury the dead whole, right? You don't cremate them. And cremation at the time, I think, was just probably seen as something that pagans did to destroy the idea of the resurrection of the body. You know how the Roman Emperor Nero, he used to burn Christians alive because he knew they believed in the resurrection of the body. He knew that they believed in the mortality of the soul, and he wanted to make fun of them. He wanted to mock them for it. He's like, "Oh, you think you're going to rise again? We're going to burn you to death." And he had human torches, and he and his buddies would be eating at the table while the Christian people, were like burning. Dude, what's up, Teddy?
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Doing all right?
Oh, the camera's a little too low. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. We're just talking about cremation.
Yeah. I'm doing fine.
So, you like my background? Oh, hold on. I got Luke Skywalker.
Cool.
I know, right?
Nice. So how are y'all? Oh, sorry, cremation, right? Yeah.
No, we're doing pretty good. But yeah, we just wanted to hop on and talk about the history of cremation in the church. Basically, there is none.
The background is cremation.
Yeah, the background is literally cremation, bro.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, in the history of the church, though, there is no cremation. By the end of the Roman Empire, cremation is completely extinct. Okay, nobody does it except for pagans. I mean, the Aztecs are cremating themselves, and some other pagan civilizations. But like, you know, as far as like the Western civilization, like all of Europe, basically every country that was converted to Catholicism or Christianity, Orthodoxy, however you want to label it, I think it's Catholicism. But the point is, nobody was cremating anybody until the 1200s. And in the 1200s, actually, I had this banner pulled up so I wouldn't forget it. It's kind of easy to forget. Pope Boniface VIII released a document called De Testande Veritatis. Most sources I saw said that it was released September 27th, 1299. Some sources say it was later than that, like a few months later than that. I couldn't find it anywhere online. I tried so hard to find the source for it so I could like pull it up on screen. But I just couldn't find it anywhere in English. I found it in Latin. But anyway, he released a papal, what is it called? An encyclical condemning not cremation by name. So what was going on at that time is royals started boiling dead bodies and like transporting the bones. So let's say you have like the Duke of Norfolk or something. He's out on a hunting party and he dies, but he still wants to be buried like hundreds of miles away from where he was when he died. Well, they were like, well, we can't like transport a dead body that far. You can't do that because he's going to rot and everything. So what they would do is they would just boil his body and take him down to the bones and then just ship his bones over. And that was becoming a common practice at the time. And Pope Boniface VIII was extremely against that. He excommunicated anybody who requested that, denied their petitions. Anybody who carried that out was excommunicated, and they were denied a Christian burial. They were denied a funeral mass. It was
just for bringing up cremation. Sorry.
What?
Just for bringing up cremation, they were like excommunicated.
Well, just for requesting it by saying like, "Oh, I want my," and it wasn't really cremation in the sense that we know it now. It was like boiling your body to get all the flesh off of it. But people who requested that, people who said like, "Oh, I want to do that if I die when I'm far away from home," well, then they were excommunicated. But the reason why Pope Boniface VIII was so serious about that was because he knew that pagans used cremation to oppose the resurrection of the body and the immortality of the soul. And at that time, it was associated with materialism and secularism, this idea that there is no spiritual, that there's only what you can see and touch. I don't know exactly why that is. You could probably go into like research on that, but for some reason, it's always been associated with that in pagan societies. So yeah, Pope Boniface VIII wanted to shut it down as hard as possible, and he kind of did, to be honest. But yeah, then I mean, I mean, really, at some point, there was like the Great Plague and the Black Plague or whatever you want to call it. So during times of epidemic, the church actually has allowed special cases of cremation, right?
Yeah.
And I think even which Pope was it? It was like Pope Pius the. I should have checked this before I got on here. One of the Pope Pius. No, I'm sorry, Pope Leo the 13th. Actually, Pope Leo the 13th actually released something on cremation that basically he condemned cremation, but like he also was saying, well, like in cases of epidemic, we can't like deny it. We can't like, because they're literally, it's like they're diseased bodies, and so yeah, we cremated them. But other than that, cremation was always opposed by the church. Then you fast forward. I want to see if I could throw this on the screen here real quick. Hold on, I got the
So
the
now
code of canon law here.
cremation is like not allowed right now.
Well, as of right now, it is allowed. I will get to that here in a second. Hold on. I could throw this up on screen, right? Boom, shakalaka. There we go. All right. So y'all can see what I'm seeing, right?
1917 Code of Canon Law, but regarding cremation.
Yeah. So basically in 1917, the 1917 Code of Canon Law, the church reaffirmed its stance on cremation, basically saying cremation is to be reprobated. To wish it is unlawful, and to stipulate it in one's will must be considered as not binding. When a funeral services are held, whoever living commands his body to be cremated shall be denied ecclesiastical burial. Anyone who would force a priest to give him an ecclesiastical burial is thereby excommunicated. And so this is the 1917 Code of Canon Law section, paragraph 1203, and then canon 1203, and then canon 1240. And it's extremely strict. It's almost as strict as Pope Boniface VIII's encyclical.
Right. 1917, though, that's when the first influenza pandemic would have struck, though. So it probably would have allowed it more like during the bubonic plague in the 14th century, just for like cases of epidemic. Because 1970 was during influenza.
Yeah.
Which is pretty.
Yeah. Well, and it's, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware, the 1917 Code of Canon Law I don't think it provides any exceptions for epidemics, but I'm pretty sure Pope Leo the 13th previously, like before the 1917 Code of Canon Law, I'm pretty sure he already allowed for epidemics. You know what I'm saying? Like for cases of epidemics, and yeah. But under normal circumstances, I guess maybe it wouldn't be labeled as cremation. I don't know. But that's the 1917 Code of Canon Law. It's no longer, it's defunct. It's no longer used. The Catholic Church has updated its canon law. So when you go, I'm going to throw the new one up. This is the new Code of Canon Law that we got. No, that one. There we go. So this is the new Code of Canon Law right here. This one is binding on the church as of right now. This came from like 1983. Canon 1176. They must be given ecclesiastical funerals, yada, yada, yada. Okay, we go to section 3. The church earnestly recommends that the pious custom of burying the bodies of the deceased be observed. Nevertheless, the church does not prohibit cremation unless it was chosen for reasons contrary to Christian doctrine. So it's kind of like a minor note there, but it's basically saying like cremation is allowed after all. You just can't do it for pagan reasons. And it's like, I guess cremation, when did it come back into civilization? It came back into civilization in like the 1800s, 1800s. Freemasonic groups got together and started forming these cremation guilds and started cremating themselves and their families and everyone they knew. And this started in Europe, and then in the United States of America, it went into the 1800s. So that was why Pope Leo the 13th and the 1917 Code of Canon Law after that was still very adamant against cremation, because they knew that it was coming from the Freemasons. But by the time you get to the 60s, Pope Paul VI realizes, or at least he seems to realize, that cremation for most people isn't about, it's not about pagan ideologies. Like maybe it started that way, but nowadays most people get cremated because it's like way cheaper than being buried. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
When you get buried, you got to buy the gravestone, the casket, and they jack up those prices so high because I mean, like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was bad because the pagans were doing it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the pagans were doing it because they hated themselves. I mean, look at the Aztecs. It's obvious they hated each other. You know, they were burning each other alive. They were burning each other dead. And that's cremation. But they were also pulling each other's organs out and slaying each other, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
Just like a society that just hates itself, a society that's totally possessed by Satan. But cremation in and of itself, I mean, it's burning a dead body. So here's the thing too. You know, God can, like, the resurrection of the dead. God can, like, raise men from ashes. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious. Cremating yourself, you know, God's not gonna be like, oh, I can't raise you at the final resurrection because you're cremated. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, he's all powerful. Just because you're cremated, it doesn't matter how you die or what. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still gonna have the final resurrection at the end of time, whether or not you're in heaven or hell. So cremation in and of itself doesn't do anything to the body. It's just that the Catholic Church has always had more of a focus on the soul than on the body.
Mhm.
And the Catholic Church wants to stress the immortality of the soul, and cremation is kind of a spit in the face, you know, when it comes, because our bodies are temples of the Holy Ghost, right? So yeah, I don't know. What are y'all's thoughts?
I mean,
I don't know.
I've never really exactly been for cremation. I mean, I've always followed the Catholic Church teachings, but I'm never gonna get cremated. I'm gonna try to convince everyone I know not to get cremated, but
Yeah, I know, right?
like, bury the dead. Like, at the end of the day, like that's what you're supposed to do. That's what the Catholic Church has been doing since, like, it was founded in 33 AD. But
It's what it was literally built
bury
on. It literally, because it was built on the catacombs.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did people get cremated back then? Like, there were the ashes in the catacombs? I don't know. Maybe.
No.
No.
Well, as Christians, no. But Romans, yes. So at the time, yes, people were getting cremated, but it was the Romans, it was the pagans.
Oh, okay. So that doesn't count then.
Yeah. No. In the catacombs, you only have, like, bodies, unless they were martyred through, like, a lot of the martyrs were killed by fire. But most of the martyrs, their bodies were slain or beheaded or transfixed to a post or crucified in some way. Like, those are some of the earliest martyrs. They were tortured in various unspeakable ways, and their bodies were salvaged and placed in the catacombs as respectfully as possible, when their body is in multiple pieces sometimes. You know, what saint was it? Saint Juliana. She was split in half by two palm trees because they tied her to, like, these two palm trees, and they went, and it split her whole body right in half. Like, things like that. Like, you have the Christians, they wanted to have the most respect for these martyrs as possible. But yeah, the Romans wanted to do everything they could to show Christians that there was no respect for the bodies. There was no respect for the soul. Not necessarily through cremation, but perhaps, you know, the cremation was a fruit of it, you know.
Right.
But then anyway, we come to the Second Vatican Council now, not literally the Second Vatican Council, but the conciliar times of the church in the 60s, when the church started kind of updating or whatever you want to call it, because this is the first time that the church has actually changed her stance on cremation. And I'm going to throw this up on screen too, because I'm a professional podcaster. Hold on.
Yeah.
Honestly, Teddy, I literally just downloaded StreamYard, and it's so much fun. Even though I'm not
Cool.
professional, I'm, like, doing all kinds of cool, fun stuff, like the real
looks
guys. But so this right here, this is Piam et Constantam, released on the 8th of May, 1963 by Pope Paul VI. And in this, I'm not going to read this whole document, but I'm going to skip ahead here to 3368. He says, it has seemed the wiser course to relax somewhat the prescriptions of canon law touching on cremation for two reasons. Here we go. One is because difficulties arising from contemporary circumstances may not be unduly increased. That's pretty ambiguous. And then the other, so that the need for dispensation from the penitent laws may not arise too often. Accordingly, the stipulation. Am I too stupid or am I too smart? It seems like he's being ultra vague right here. Oh well.
I don't know.
Truth of cremation was either a denial of Christian dogmas, the animosity of a secret society, or the hatred of the Catholic religion and the church. So he's saying basically the past laws of he's right here. He's quoting the old canon law. He's quoting the 1917 Code of Canon Law right here, canons 1203 and 1240. But he's saying they don't have universal binding force except in those cases in which it is clear that the cremation was done for denial of dogma, the secret society of Freemasonry, or hatred of the religion, like it always has been, he's saying. But he's saying if it's not, if it's just like a random regular guy who's like, yeah, I just kind of want to be cremated because that's what I'm affording in my life insurance plan or whatever. He's saying, well, then, those old canon laws don't have binding force. And you keep in mind, too, at this time that Pope Paul VI is writing this, the 1917 Code of Canon Law is still in effect. Like it has not yet been rescinded or replaced by the 83 Code of Canon Law. And so by the time he's writing this, he's aware that canon law forbids it, but he's clearing it up. Like he's basically saying, well, it's just because, cremation is against the faith and it's because the Freemasons did it and all that. But he's saying if it's not, though, like if there's nothing attached to it, then it should be allowed. And we feel the need to ease up on it is what he's saying. And so the final verdict, I guess, right now, 2026, up in the Catholic Church, you can get cremated, no problem, as long as you're not like doing it because you hate the body or because you don't believe in the resurrection or because you don't believe in the immortality of the soul, right? But if you're just like a regular Catholic and you're like, yeah, I accept all the church's teachings, I just kind of want to be cremated because, whatever, it's allowed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Any thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. I feel it makes sense. Like, the new rules, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because cremation has always been associated with paganism, but not anymore. Like I know so many people who request cremation and they have nothing to do with any heresy whatsoever, let alone paganism. They're just normal people that want a cheaper funeral plan, So yeah, I don't know. I can't say there's anything wrong with cremation per se. In and of itself, it seems to be less respectful for the human body than burying the human body. It's traditional, burial is traditional and it's respectful. Cremation is just very I'm back at it because I'm just like, it's so horrible, burning the body with fire. But cremation was really pushed by the Freemasons.
Yeah. If you have you ever seen like where they cremate the bodies inside I forget what they're called, but at the actual place where you get cremated, like I've seen videos and stuff. Your remains are not getting treated like very respectfully. Like they're not too careful with everything. Like it's pretty often like your ashes are going to get mixed up with Joe's ashes over there from.
All right.
What do they do with ashes exactly? Like, do you keep it or do they put it somewhere?
They put it in an urn and then they give it to you. And if you're Catholic, you better not spread them. You better bury them somewhere.
Oh, so you bury it either way then, right?
Yeah. Well, you can.
A lot of people will they'll set it somewhere special or whatever, or you just spread them somewhere.
Spread them?
Yeah.
Because
go ahead, Josh.
They'll throw the ashes in like some memorable place of like the deceased person. But yeah.
That feels like this sounds like they're just gonna get vacuumed up later.
I mean, probably that's what I'm saying. It's not respectful for the human body. I mean, that's why it's not traditional in Christianity. Some people will keep the urn, or it'll be like a small metal box, and they'll keep it like on their bookshelf or something. Some people will literally go to the beach and like sprinkle the ashes on the beach. And they'll argue, well, so-and-so requested that their ashes be scattered on the beach, so we have to do it. And my thought is, look, I mean, look, man, I got to be careful how I say this. I have a very extremely beloved relative who specifically requested that their ashes be scattered on the beach. And they are no longer on this earth. They're in eternity now. They know better. Like they're looking back like, oh man, I can't believe I requested that. I should have requested that my body be respectfully placed in the ground. Why? So I can go back to a plot in the ground where this beloved relative lies and give flowers in memory of them and pray for them and remember them, like have a gravestone with their names on it. Like,
Right.
it's like it would be sad if we scattered their ashes on the sea, because then it's just like they're gone with the wind, when in reality they're not gone with the wind. In reality, they're sleeping in Christ. You remember Lazarus when he died in the Bible, and Jesus Christ came up to him and said, oh, he's not dead, he's only sleeping. When we scatter their ashes on the beach, they're gone. But when you bury someone in a real plot of land like you're supposed to, or even in a memorial, like the cremated remains will have like these walls with like the different urns in them. Even that, because it's a place you can go to where they're resting. It's like resting. I know it's the same thing. I know they're dead. I know they're not really going to come back to life or anything until the end of time. But it's like, I don't know. It more closely represents what we really believe about bodies and the final resurrection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
It's also, not to mention, I think it's pretty creepy just to dump some dead person's ashes like on the beach or something. That might just be me. I think that's a little weird though.
It
Dead
is.
bodies on the beach. That's a lot of dead body. Yeah.
It is. I mean, at first, to
I think
any
that-
person looking at it from like even if you told a little kid that, like if you told a little kid, oh, we're sprinkling Aunt May on the Gulf of Mexico, the kid's gonna be like, are you serious? Like a child has common sense and is gonna say that there is something wrong with that. It doesn't take a grown adult to know when something's not right,
Yeah.
But yeah, people, when they grow up, they just, I don't know why, for some reason, they just kind of get this mellow down idea. They're not innocent like children anymore, I guess. I don't know. That's why Jesus says, let the little children come to me. But anyway, we get smart, and you know how they say, the more you learn, the less you know. So then these smart Alecs get up here and they're like, no, we must respect the wishes of the dead and sprinkle their ashes on the beach. It's like, well, why though? Like, why don't we go back to our basic childish thinking skills sometimes?
In a lot of ways, children are very intelligent. Like,
yeah.
I know it's weird. Like sometimes kids are smarter than adults, and it's like you don't think like that normally. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. That's why Jesus says how to have the innocence of a child.
Yeah. Exactly. Teddy, did you see the intro to the video?
No, I didn't. I joined.
You missed it.
It's okay. When the video's over, I can just watch the stream again.
You can. We did the Qui-Gon Jinn's funeral for the intro.
Another cremation.
Yeah.
Two cremations in Star Wars.
No, I did the triple, because my thumbnail for the YouTube video is Darth Vader's skull in the flames.
Cool.
So I've got like Luke, Darth Vader, and Qui-Gon. It's pretty cool.
Well, Luke didn't get cremated.
You might get copyright.
Well, no, he didn't, but I'm just saying, like,
Right, he's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying, Joe?
If you put a clip from a movie on, if it's like longer than like 5 seconds or something, you can get like copyrighted for it. I don't know if you will, but that might happen.
What are the copyright rules? I forgot.
I guess
Am
you
I gonna
could
get
read them on
copyrighted?
YouTube.
Huh?
You could read the copyright rules on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, but that takes too long.
Well, you'll probably be fine. Like if it's
I'll
like
probably-
10 seconds, you'll be fine.
Dang.
Fair
so
use.
I guess it was like 27 seconds. I think it was exactly 27 seconds, the
You'll be
clip I
fine.
chose. So it should be okay, right? Yeah.
I mean, unless
Or we
they're
got,
doing, unless they're trying to ban you because we're Catholic. I don't know. And they might use that as justification.
Cremation is not the. Huh?
We got like 30 subscribers. I think we're good.
We got 40 now. Did you check?
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't checked.
Yeah, I just hit 40 today.
Really?
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, I was gonna say cremation is not the touchiest subject. Like cremation is one of those, like, it's a sensitive topic, but it's not something that Israel's gonna shut you down for, even though Israel basically reintroduced cremation back into the society. But like they're not gonna like kill you over talking about cremation like they are about some other issues. I don't even know if you're allowed to say the A word on YouTube, like ABOR something.
Oh,
you know
that
what I'm
one.
saying? Yeah, that.
I think you're
word.
probably allowed to talk about it as long as you're for it, probably.
right.
Yeah, but like
Right.
not
As long as you support it. All right. So I think I'm gonna slowly phase out of the cremation topic, I'm not going to stop streaming. I'm just going to throw in a dip of snuff and get a little more casual.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, we got
All
the Southern blend today. It's like that honey flavor.
Nice.
So what's up, Teddy? Where you been, man? What you been doing?
I've just been, working my part-time job and messing around on this computer, and
Yeah, that's
not a whole
cool.
lot
So
else.
your computer's like hooked up to the internet, right?
Yeah,
It's not
course.
like
Yeah,
is it on Wi-Fi or is it like a real Ethernet?
it's in the Wi-Fi. It's the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
As
Is it-
opposed to what exactly?
As opposed to like getting the cable and like
Oh no,
hooking
we're
up.
we don't do that.
We don't do that anymore.
No.
That's
Is
funny.
yours like
Dude,
that?
No, dude. So the reason why I was talking about it is because my laptop right now is running off of a hotspot on my phone.
Oh, that's
Um,
that's a struggle.
I know it's
got
unreliable, but I was having so many technical issues with StreamYard because of it, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. But I finally realized it was because of hotspot. So right now, I'm actually double streaming from my phone and my laptop.
Oh, so you can see the comments? Or is
Mhm,
it
yeah.
something- Okay.
Well, I can see the comments on my laptop anyway, but the reason why I have to double stream it from my phone and from my laptop is just because I can't like play videos and stuff from my laptop because the mobile hotspot's trappy for some reason when you try to StreamYard just doesn't like hotspot. For good reason. Hotspot's not a reliable internet source. You really
Yeah,
just
it's
need
like the worst.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the worst.
So I really need to get like a real internet, and because I haven't been paying for internet because I'm trying to save money, but I need to get
Right.
real internet if I want to have a real podcast. But
Mhm.
anyway, yeah. Also, I don't know if I want to talk about this on Facebook. Oh man, I can't talk about
Facebook?
this on Facebook.
This isn't Facebook.
Can you cut the
We're on
stream
Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, wait. Oh, we're streaming on YouTube? I mean, Facebook?
Yeah.
Also?
We're streaming
Cool.
on both right now. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Can
you
I
cut
cut
the,
the feed to Facebook?
Can you cut the feed to Facebook?
Okay. Can I just hold on? Okay. I can cut the feed to Facebook. First, I want to play the outro video though. Hold on.
Nice.
I think I can play the outro video from here. Hold on. This is
All right.
okay. Anna, hold on.
That's really good. Nice.
Okay. All right. We should just be on YouTube now. And heaven knows why I want to stream to YouTube and not just talk to you guys like we're on FaceTime. But for some reason, I don't know. You don't want to stay on YouTube, or do you actually just want to get off YouTube?
I mean, that depends if we're going to talk about like some topics that YouTube might ban. I don't know.
No, not at all.
We get
Basically, what, Josh?
no. Never mind. What were you saying?
I was gonna say there was this this girl I sent a message to on Facebook. We're literally friends on Facebook.
Oh
That's
wait,
an
is it hang on.
You can't say her
Can I say
name. You
name?
can't say her name. I don't think you know her
Okay.
though.
I don't know. I don't think I know her. I might know her last name. Does it start with
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
alright,
I just- okay.
All
Okay.
right, my bad. But
Here's
my
the
fault,
thing.
James, my fault.
Well, we can talk about it after we get off YouTube. That's what. But anyway, who cares? I'm just gonna.
Right.
Okay, so I sent her a message, dude, and she hasn't got back with me, right?
Mhm.
So she hasn't even read the message. I
Oh,
basically asked her out, but I was extremely like casual about it. I was like, "Oh, hey, we should like catch up. It's been a while, and maybe grab
Nice.
a coffee or something." I was like super casual.
You got that Riz?
I'm not trying to be too Riz Lord here. I'm trying to be tame, dude. I'm trying to be like
All
old
right.
friends that haven't connected in a while.
Okay,
I don't
so
want
you're
to scare her off. You know?
not quite Lando Calrissian level
I
yet.
know Lando Calrissian up in her, but it's like she has. I guess she never gets on Facebook. She like didn't even check her message, bro. She left me like on unread, which is cool.
Unread.
unread.
Huh?
Unread.
Yeah, she left me on unread, bro. And I'm just like sitting here in limbo. So for this past whole week, I've been on edge, nervous. I wanted to do this video like 3 days ago, and I was gonna do it yesterday, and then Josh didn't get on, and then I got nervous. I'm like, frick, I'm not getting on here by myself. So because I was just too nervous. I don't know why. I wanted to talk about cremation, but now all of a sudden she's the only thing I can seem to think about. But it's like, dude, sometimes I go in and out. Like, I should not have texted her. I should have just stayed quiet. And then I'll go like, no, like I'll have these feelings of like, oh, she's like so cool, maybe. And I don't know. I haven't talked to her in so many years. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever
But
God wants will happen.
anyway,
No.
other than that, that's all I got, really. As far as that goes, just yeah, I will never get cremated. Y'all know Paul wants to get cremated, right?
Why?
Yeah, we went to his house the other day. We were just kind of talking about that. It didn't seem like, I don't know. From what I heard, he didn't seem like dead set on it. He wants to basically just wants to make sure Nana has enough money to get by until like while he's gone. But
Yeah,
I'll
pay for it.
That makes sense. That
take
kinda
care
makes
of her.
sense.
That's how he is. He's extremely frugal, very good with his money. I will pay for it, dude. I'll pay for the ornate casket.
Yeah,
I'll pay for the
yeah.
funeral,
That's what I
the
said.
requiem mass, everything.
Nice.
He probably doesn't
Yeah.
want a requiem mass. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll do one anyway.
You know, I tried to stream this on Twitter too, but apparently Twitter's streaming codes, like you have to pay to like actually stream videos on
Of
Twitter.
course you do.
I'm like,
Twitter's
since
like that.
when?
Because
I was on,
Twitter's sorry.
huh?
Well, Twitter's run by a guy who likes to get all the money, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the richest dude on earth, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, world's first trillionaire.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I heard he went back down to being a billionaire.
Did he really?
Oh.
He's poor again.
With those
Yeah.
broke losers. But no, seriously, like, so the last time I was on Twitter was in like 2016 or 2017. Okay.
Mhm.
And so it was Twitter, like blue Twitter with the bird.
Without the
Yes.
S.
And you could post whatever you wanted. Basically, yeah, there was a tweet limit. You couldn't have over 120 characters, I think, at the time, but you could post videos. Well, now they have payment plans. Like,
Mhm.
there's ads. You got to pay to like make videos longer than 2 minutes, and you
It's not
got to
just
pay
Twitter.
to actually.
Everything is like that now.
It's like, what the crap? What happened to Twitter, bro? It's like, no wonder everybody's grumpy nowadays. If you go on Twitter, Josh, you need to get Twitter because it literally is like it's everybody like yelling and cussing out each other just because they don't agree with their version of
It's pretty
Catholicism.
funny.
It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I created a Twitter account. You can go look it up. It's like Ryan Manti, Sons of Mary, or whatever. It's like a normal looking account, but it's like I like to get it not into fights, but I like to be kind of coarse on, not coarse in my language, of course, but I just mean like I like to be tough on Twitter because people love Twitter. It's hilarious. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I think I don't know, but it's fun.
I mean, although I guess full honesty can be a problem sometimes. I don't know.
What can?
I don't know, like being a little too honest, like in a rude way. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to be a jerk. But on Twitter, it's like people use fake accounts anyway. Like they don't have their real face. They have different names. And so they're fake at you. So it's like sometimes I like to be just like stupidly honest at them. But like in real life and person to person, I would never be that rude to somebody. Well, like, for example, one guy was making fun of Bug Hall. He was like, well, Bug Hall's, because Bug Hall, I don't know if y'all know this, but he's taken a vow of poverty for his entire family. And he's gotten a lot of flack for that because people are like, that's irresponsible of you as a father, and you can't raise your children in poverty. And they were accusing him of mortal sin, and they were saying that he's probably going to go to hell. And I commented back on that guy, and I said, dude, Bug Hall's kids pray the full divine office every single day. Yours don't. And that dude was like, whoa, whoa. Like he had nothing. It's true.
They just
One
want to make
calls kids-
Christians look bad.
Well,
Yeah.
the dude was a Christian. It's
Exactly.
Catholics fighting
Oh,
each other.
yeah. Well,
They're all
That's
Catholic
weird.
because all the people I follow are Catholics. I don't follow anybody else on Twitter, but
yeah.
it's just funny. Like I thought we were all buddies. I thought Catholics were supposed to be all on one team, but literally everybody hates each other on Catholic Twitter.
Well, I guess there's a whole separate thing with like Catholics who act like not Catholics and Catholics who act more like Catholics. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess I kind of ran out of stuff to talk about. We don't want to go too long because then YouTube's not going to put this video in the algorithm. So if y'all want, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, but we can stay on here and talk some more. I kind of wanted to catch up with you, Edward. So let me go ahead and end the stream. We already did the outro video, so I'm just going to tell y'all to pray all the rosaries every day or you're not on the team. And peace out, y'all.
Bye.
Victime Paschalia